pay, man?
Huh?
If you don't write checks, how do you pay these guys?
Straight cash, homie. Straight cash, homie. Straight cash, homie.
We need money.
We are not a charity. I want winners.
How much money?
$1 million.
Seriously, how much money?
$5.
Pay that man his money.
He's going for the bundle!
We got a dollar, we got a dollar, we got a dollar, hey, 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 hey.
Tell us where the money is.
What's up, everybody? Two brothers, same mother, bringing you a nice little gambling pick segment for you. We're doing it a little early. As you know, lines changed throughout the week. So we are doing this to try to get you the best value possible. And AJ, he learned a little bit. So, you involved too now. And you actually have some picks and looked at the lines and did your research, right?
Yeah. I mean, somewhat. I've been playing this daggone video game all day. But...
Yeah, Assassin's Creed Valhalla came out, so.
Yes, sir.
Give AJ a piece, doesn't know the alternative lines and the actual odds on who's to score first with 3 points in the second half and all that stuff.
Yeah, I'm not doing all that. Not researching that.
So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna pick 3 games. There's no player props because it's a little too early for that. Just basic betting. And AJ, I'm gonna let you start.
All right. One game that I'm actually picked up was Cincinnati at Pittsburgh. They're giving Cincinnati +6. As you know, I'm just gonna say I would definitely take that. Actually, just take Cincinnati straight up.
Yeah, well, the interesting thing is, as you know, few people with Pittsburgh are put on the COVID list. Ben Roethlisberger, hopefully, is one of those people. Hopefully, he'll be able to play by Sunday. That's
right.
Why, the numbers kind of going down a bit. So get it at 6 or 6.5, depending on where you go. Because if it turns out Ben can't play, that might go down to 3 or 2, or might even be a pickup. So that's where you get some value. Now, for me, my first pick, I'm not going to pick somebody to win or lose. I am actually looking at Miami and the Chargers, okay? And I'm looking at over 48 points. Here's the thing. Miami is averaging 32 points a game in the past 4 games. Chargers are averaging 31 points a game the past 2 games, or 4 games. 31 plus 32 is 63. The over's 48. Pretty much that simple. I don't see neither one of these teams really has an excellent overall defense, and the Chargers can run the ball. So, Miami has a good pass defense, but I think both of these teams are going to lighten up. So over 48 to me is a steal.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I definitely think both teams will score over 24. So.
There you go. All right, what's your second pick?
Tampa Bay versus Carolina. They're giving, Tampa Bay is a -4.5. I definitely see Tampa Bay winning this by more than, I would probably say a touchdown, especially with McCaffrey being out this week. They've already said he's out. So.
Oh, wow. Okay, that's kind of surprising to me, especially, Carolina played Tampa Bay pretty tight earlier in the year. But Tampa Bay did get their behind, so they're probably going to come back with a vengeance. Speaking of a team that got their behind, that's where I'm going. Seattle is getting 2 points against the Rams. Listen, Seattle is +2. They don't have to travel cross country, none of that stuff. They just got to go and play the Rams in LA where there's no fans. Yeah, give me that. Give me that all day.
Right.
Okay? Not only are you doubting Russell Wilson by making him an underdog, but they just came off a game where they got embarrassed. Yeah, man. I think that Seattle loses is going to be 21-20, but I think Seattle is going to win by more than 4 points. That's my opinion.
Yes, I agree.
All right. And what's your last game, man?
Jacksonville versus Green Bay. Yes. That this is, if there's ever a give me, it would definitely be this one. They're giving Jacksonville 13.5. I would be shocked if Green Bay didn't win by at least 2 touchdowns. So That to me, that was kind of almost like a no-brainer, even for a rookie at this as I am.
I said the same thing about Houston being minus 6.5 against Jake Luton and the Jaguars. What did they do? They lost by 2. So, but I will say this: Aaron Rodgers and that whole team is not Houston. So yeah, that's gonna be interesting. That's it's always rough when you're laying more than 10 points, but we'll see. And the Jaguars are awful. My final game for me, Saints -9 over the Niners. Saints are one of those teams notorious when they're putting stuff together. They like to run up the score. The Niners are one of those teams where they got more people on the injured list than they do on their active roster. Like, as far as when you look at the roster where it began. So the Saints to win by 10 points, I think, even if it is in San Fran, I mean that's pretty decent weather. There isn't anything that says it's going to be high winds or anything like that. Man, I got the Saints winning by 16 points. So -9 for me, I think is great.
Yeah, I could agree with you on that.
So,
one game to stay away from, real quick.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Stay far away from that Philly and Giants game. Just stay away from it. They're giving Philly 3.5. Stay away from it. You don't know. Huh?
They're giving the Giants 3.5.
That's what I meant. Sorry. It's Eagles -3.5. Sorry, that's what I meant to say. Yeah, stay away from it just for the simple fact, not because of what happened last game, just the simple fact of you don't know. The Giants have been playing better defensively. You don't know what the Eagles came out with, and they still don't know if there's rumored, but they don't know if Lane's playing. They don't know if Alshon's playing. They don't know if Miles is playing. I think they may, but it's just stay away from it.
Not only that, the COVID case with the coach, the COVID case with that. You never know if later on, the day before the game, like that, you find out because of contact tracing, a big-time player is going to have to sit the game out. So I agree with you. Stay away from that. Always try to stay away from games where there's a lot of unknowns. One other thing, just for people who want a little bit of gambling action before you hit the NFL and to the collegiate ranks, I'm going to give a couple picks. I just want your opinion on them. I know you don't know much about college football, but I'll give my reason then, and you tell me if I'm off or not. All right?
Okay.
Sound good? So I'm looking at Indiana, University of Indiana. We're not talking basketball. We're talking football. They are 10th in the nation. They are 3-0. They beat Penn State. They beat Michigan. They are doing their thing. They are -7.5 against Michigan State. Michigan State did beat Michigan, but beyond that, they've looked god-awful, okay? 7.5.
Yeah, they got blown up on Rutgers.
Right. Give me 7.5. I mean, Indiana should win by more than 7.5. They beat Penn State by more than 7.5.
Everybody beats Penn State.
Right. They talk about benching their quarterback.
Penn State is god-awful. Michigan is god-awful. I mean, but I don't know. So is the biggest question for me is Indiana a pretender or are they a contender? So
that's the big thing. With the Big Ten, all you're doing is playing within your division, and the Big Ten's talent seems to be so wonky. I mean, Penn State did have a lot of opt-outs, and their quarterback isn't playing as what they should be. Michigan, I don't know what's going on with Harbaugh up there, but they just seem bad. Michigan State was considered to be, or coming in, one of the worst teams in the nation, not just the Big Ten. And then you have these teams that aren't traditionally really good teams, undefeated. Indiana, Purdue, Northwestern. I mean, Purdue, I don't think, has been undefeated after 3 games since Drew Brees was it. Like, it's interesting. By the way, just a little note, Purdue has a wide receiver that's a monster. I think he's like 6'8". He's projected to be like in the first 2 rounds. If you get a chance to check out anything, do check that out. Because that receiver, I wouldn't draft him in the first or second round just because what our needs are, but it might be nice to see an Eagles green, and for some reason he's around in the 4th, 5th round. Just saying.
Yeah, 4th, 5th rounds. Like one of the first years, and God knows how long I can ever remember where we're not like, yo, we need to grab a receiver in free agency or the draft, and we literally don't.
Right. Another guy. So another team I wanted to look at is it's your favorite team growing up, the University of Miami. So here's the interesting thing with them. And for people that don't watch college football, like, or, my brother hasn't had a chance to really watch it because he works, The U got this quarterback, the Eric King. He was a beast in Houston. He's a graduate transfer. He is one of those guys that if he probably going to get a shot in the NFL. He's a little bit more talented than like a Gray Moore or something like that. But he'd probably be a 5th, 6th round pick. Very, very talented in the sense of being a dual threat. They are only 1.5 point favorites over Virginia Tech. Virginia Tech, they're okay. They're all right, but they ain't been tested. Give me Miami plus 1.5. I always am going to go with the team with the better quarterback. It's only 1.5 points. To me, I think that's pretty much it. It's an easy win for college. I'd be highly surprised if Miami lost to Virginia Tech. I think it's going to be a close game, but I think Miami wins either by 7 or 10 points. I don't see them losing this game. And
who did Miami lose to earlier this year?
They got blown out by Clemson.
Clemson, that's who it was. Clemson, yeah. Yes.
Who Clemson could beat a couple NFL teams. So.
Right.
And the other game, there's a couple others as well, but I'm not going to go into the weeds. Coastal Carolina. You've probably never heard of Coastal Carolina. They're in Myrtle Beach. They come out of nowhere. They're in the rankings. They're actually for real. Check them out if you get a chance. And Utah and UCLA, I'm picking over 59.5 points. Why? UCLA has Chip Kelly and kind of is getting that offense going to where even if they score or don't score, that offense is going to be off the field within 2 minutes.
Funny thing, the link between Chip Kelly and the Eagles still exists. I believe David Akers' son is on that UCLA team.
Yeah, he is. Absolutely. But the one other game I wanted to point out to you is Pittsburgh, who was minus 6.5 over Georgia Tech. Here's why. Pittsburgh, I was actually talking with you, they are one of the best defenses in college football. They've been one of the best defenses for the past 3 years. They average about 4 yards that they give up per play. And understand, college football has those big explosive plays and all that. They had a really, really down game against North Carolina State, which is why they're, kind of shaky. Their offense isn't that great. Georgia Tech, they got old Temple's football coach down there, Jeff. I forget his name, but he used to coach at Florida. He's a good coach. The problem is he hasn't had a chance to recruit his own players. All these Georgia Tech players were brought down there to run the option, and their coach doesn't run the option. He runs a regular offense. So all these players are out of place. Georgia Tech has been getting beat up on. Pittsburgh only getting minus 6.5. They're going to win this game by more than a touchdown, even if it's their defense scoring 2 touchdowns. So I'm going with Pittsburgh minus 6.5 as well. Those are my kind of college picks. I know, it's kind of a little out of left field, but if you follow a little bit of college, you definitely understand what I'm talking about. I will give this little tip. I said it before. BYU, if you want to bet college, I don't care what the spread, just put money on BYU and you're good. They're not playing this week. I've said that 3 weeks ago. Every week they come to the spread. So just a little tip there. Anything else? Any colleges or anything like that you're just interested in hearing about? Anything like that?
Nope.
Not at all. Don't care.
Nope. Can't watch it. Don't care.
Oh, wow. Okay. So that would be an interesting draft when we do our draft updates to see, since you don't watch college, how you going to
I'll keep up with it. I'll do more looking into it then.
So you look at highlights?
In the off season and stuff like that. Yeah.
So you just want to look at like 5-minute highlights and stuff?
No, I'm not you. No, I'll look into it.
You're gonna watch like full games?
I might.
I don't know.
And I'll watch it. I'll watch the combine.
I I don't
What'd
know.
you say? I watched the combine. I literally enjoy actually watching the combine.
Actually, now see, I was going to continue with trying to mess with you, but I do enjoy the combine too for the most part. Although the offensive line drills, I don't get into that, but the wide receiver drills where they're running and they're catching the balls left and right with the cone drill, that's actually really dope. You know, I don't know how stocked into the 40, but
the 40. I mean, it's kind of funny. I mean, it's kind of cool to see that, but I mean, I like the defensive back. I like the wide receiver. I actually like the O-line, especially since, you know, my son's been playing O-line since youth league. So I enjoy watching that. And I definitely like defensive back drills and stuff like that.
Yeah, the 3 cone drill, watching people complete that too is pretty dope.
Yeah, I just more like watching the guys to see who flips their hips and stuff like that. So.
Right. So, and that's, you know, it seems like it's so far away, but truth be told, it's not that far. It's a couple months.
It's not. Yeah, like you said, it seems like it is, but blink of an eye, man, it'll be here, you know.
Right. So, just to wrap it up, what were your 3 picks?
Oh shit.
They were all shit. My 3 picks while he looks for that. Dolphins, Chargers over 48. Seahawks +2 over the Rams. And the Saints -9 over the 49ers.
Yeah, Cincinnati +6. Take it. Tampa Bay -4.5. Take it. And Green Bay -13.5. Take it.
All right. So we're going to revisit this next week. Hopefully, all this will make you lots of dough this weekend, just in time for the holidays. So
absolutely.
Till next week, don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you soon.